Perfect.
All right, everybody, what's going on? And welcome to today's edition of SWAC Talk, the show we cover the SWAC inside and out. I'm your tour guide around the SWAC Seawells coming at you, and it is officially game week for everybody. Week 0 got us off to a good start, but now it's week 1 and everybody's in action. So we're gonna start this new show off kind of really light today, but moving on through the season, this show will be more updating my weekly HBCU top 10 poll. And I probably, once the season get going, a couple weeks, I'll probably do a SWAC power rankings in the just for SWAC teams. So this show will be that kind of stuff. And also talking about the coaches press conference that took place on Monday. So this will be kind of a catch-all type show. And I'm also gonna, do some entertainment only FCS point spreads. So that's all just for entertainment only, very unofficial. So this will be kind of like a catch-all type show. So I just wanted to roll it out today, just to kind of get a feel for how I want to do it. So we're gonna start off by asking you to check out the socials first and foremost. Hit those socials: Facebook is SWAC Talk, Instagram SWAC Talk, Twitter SWAC Talk 76. Also, you can don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, and feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel. On the socials, we do have our weekly schedule, so you'll know what day each show comes out. Saturday we're gonna do a show probably about 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock Central Time. I'm not 100% sure on that yet, but it'll be a kind of a pregame show, or kind of a what's up during the day type of show. So we'll have that, and then Sunday our recap of the action that took place on Saturday, and Thursday will be that recap will be coming in, and Monday we'll have a recap of the Sunday game. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this because this is gonna be a quick here. Not really a lot to talk about at this point, but I wanted to go ahead and roll this out to go ahead and get in the groove of it myself. So my HBCU top 10, I'm not gonna change it. JSU had a big win, but I think I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna make any changes this week. I'm gonna wait till after week 1 to make any changes. So North Carolina Central remains at 1, FAMU remains at 2, JSU is 3, Alcorn is 4, Howard is 5, Southern is 6, Texas Southern is 7, Tennessee State is 8, North Carolina A&T is 9, and Morgan State is 10. I said I wasn't gonna make any changes, but I'm gonna put South Carolina State at number 11 and drop them all the way down to number 21, because that effort they put out was just very, very poor, and they need to work their way up from the bottom. But the winner of the JSU FAMU game probably will be my number 1 team, depending on what North Carolina Central does in their first game. So you'll see a little bit more motion after this week. I wanted to wait a week and let a lot of games actually take place before I start doing any movement. So that's pretty much where that stands. So look out for this show next week, and you'll see where teams start to move at, because there will be a lot of movement taking place next week. Wanted to talk about the SWAC coaches call today, but not a lot really took place. It was a lot of the same thing, a lot of, camp was good, we working hard, we got our guys, we're not going to say who our starter is at quarterback. We're going to let you find out on Saturday. We haven't even decided yet. So not a lot that really came out of that. The only noteworthy things to me were Coach Maynard stating that he plans on playing 2 quarterbacks on Saturday, and that'll probably be Cornelius Brown and Xavier Langford. He's not sure how he's going to do that. He may end up playing one guy, but kind of the goal going into this game is to play 2 guys. I don't know how long he's going to have a 2 quarterback system. Could just be a couple early games to fill out the situation. Could be something that lasts a little bit longer, but right now I don't feel like anybody separated themselves, so he's gonna kind of let it work out there. No surprise, Demetrius Davis is pretty much the starter at Alabama State going into Saturday's game. Other than that, nobody else really gave any heads or tails on what their quarterback situation is going to be. So a lot of wait and sees for Saturday to see what's going on. Probably the one situation that's most interesting. Excuse me, because of the matchup is Grambling not naming a quarterback yet. Playing an FCS opponent, you kind of would love to have an idea of who they putting out there, but that's up to the coaches. It's not our right to have to know. We don't have to know. We can find out like everybody else on Saturday afternoon. So not a lot came out of the press conference today. Like I said, it was just a lot of the same thing, multiple times, and it was a little bit mind-numbing. And they tend to be that way, when you don't have a lot of coaches that have, a super outgoing personality. I mean, obviously, Coach Hampton, it won the energy battle again. That's what he's presented the last few times I've seen him. So I don't expect anything less from him in a press conference situation. How he is as the season goes on, that'd be something interesting to keep tabs on. Other than that, not a lot to talk about with that situation right now. Hopefully next week's press conference will give you a little bit more info, since everybody's going to be coming off of a game and heading into another game. So, we'll be able to get a little bit more of a read on these teams after this week. So not a lot to state there. And finally, like I said, this very quick show, man. I'm probably gonna be under 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. Definitely under 15 today, because not a lot going on. Just wanted to really get this out there. The FCS Reddit. I don't know how many people really rock with Reddit. I know it's kind of iffy sometimes, but the FCS subreddit, they have their own sports book that they like to do, and they put together lines for FCS games. So I'm gonna use this every week to kind of give you unofficial point spreads for the SWAC games and any other HBCU games of note. Gonna just kind of use this, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take this and run nowhere and try to put nothing on it, because this is not signed. This is not real per se. So starting off with Thursday's game, Pine Bluff at Tulsa. They have Tulsa listed as a 44.5 point favorite in this game with an over under of 58.5. So you're looking at probably Pine Bluff maybe scoring a touchdown or two, if that. Tulsa's predicted to have their way in that game. Also Saturday, the first game that they have listed on Saturday, and these are in alphabetical order, not necessarily by time, but Alabama A&M at Vanderbilt. Vandy is a 22.5 point favorite with an over under of 56.5. Alcorn at Southern Miss. They have Southern Miss favored by 23.5 with an over under of 48. So they don't really expect a lot of points from Alcorn in that game. Bethune-Cookman at Memphis, also on Saturday. That's a 45.5 point line with an over under of 59.5. Let's see, Grambling at Hampton, with Grambling versus Hampton. They have Hampton favored by 5.5. I'm taking that all day, because I really think Grambling gonna win this game straight up. So I just for entertainment purposes, I would really think Grambling would be favored in this game. I think Grambling has better defensive talent, and I think they have better playmakers on offense. Hampton, has been kind of an iffy type of team when it comes in terms of predicting who they are and what they do. So I don't really have them necessarily. I don't necessarily have them as a favorite over Grambling. I would, if it's not a pick 'em, then I'm favoring Grambling by at least 3. So that's a pretty good one for me. Over under 51.5. So you're looking at a pretty decent scoring game between the two teams there. Valley is a 29-point favorite against Central State with a over under of 52. So Valley is expected to win that game comfortably. Let's see. Prairie View favored by 5 at Texas Southern with an over under of 54. The last couple of years, these two teams faced off. PV's been able to put some points on the board. So I think this is going to be a high scoring game myself. I can see this game having both teams score at least 28 points. So I'm looking at something. I don't want to give my score away yet. I'll say that for my preview on Wednesday, but I could see this being a high scoring game. So I could definitely see that breaking the over. Prairie View by 5 is interesting, especially being on the road. You get 3 points. Typically, you get 3 points for home field advantage. So you're looking at Prairie View probably favored by 8 at a home field. So that's a pretty comfortable margin on the road. So I don't know which way I'm going with that game yet. So I don't want to say, I don't think it's impossible for Prairie View to win by 5 or more. But I think that's giving Prairie View some real faith right there. An interesting one that I definitely would take all day because I know they're gonna beat the point spread is South Carolina State. Only a 22.5-point underdog to UNC Charlotte. I think Charlotte can bust the clock on. I don't even know what kind of team Charlotte got, but I've seen what South Carolina State put on the field. And unless they have a come to Jesus meeting and they turn into the Monstars and they really right the ship and play a respectable game, I can see them losing this game by 35 at minimum. So I hate to say that about HBCU against a PWI team, but from what we saw last week, unless they really shape up and get right, I don't really see them keeping that game under 30 points. Southern is favored by 6 at Alabama State, over under 47.5. I almost still like the under in this game because I think it's going to be like a 24-21 type of game. But I can see it creeping up toward 50, maybe a 27, 27-20 type of game, 27-21, 27-24. I can see it in that range. I don't really see anybody scoring 30 or more unless something crazy happens. So that 6 points is a pretty comfortable margin for Southern on the road. You're pretty much saying that they are more than touchdown favorite at home. So, pretty comfortable margin. We'll see. Bama State's defense should still be good. So I think it's going to be a fourth quarter game. So we'll see how that turns out. Notre Dame favored by 44.5 over Tennessee State after what they did to Navy. And the Navy is not that great, but what they did to Navy going overseas and doing it, that definitely is a reasonable point spread. North Carolina Central favored by 34.5 over Winston-Salem. They should be able to name their score in that one. And the last game of the week is Jackson State favored by 9.5 over FAMU with an over-under of 49. I don't know how much of that is recency bias and how much of that is, honest feelings. I can see JSU winning this game, 9.5. I'm not quite sure of yet. I want to give FAMU a little bit of benefit of the doubt. I think this game is going to be closer than that. But if JSU plays like they did Saturday, then it could happen. If that's who that team is, and it's not a play a damn good game one week and then kind of tail off the next week. If they can keep that energy going and play like that again, then I can see that happening. But right now, I'm not sure about that. So I can see JSU winning the game. I'm not saying JSU can't win the game or they won't win the game. 9.5, I think, is a little bit high, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. So there's gonna be something that we do every week. As they put as they put these spreads out, we'll kind of run through them and just kind of share my thoughts, and we'll keep tabs on them and see how they turn out. So what we'll do is we'll take this show and also we will revisit these on Monday next week, so to see how they turn out. Because it should be interesting to see how these happen. You don't get a lot of action on FCS games, at least readily available. So even if it's something just for entertainment purposes, it's cool to see. So that's gonna do it for today's show. Like I said, this was gonna be more of a quick hitter. Just trying this show out, and it'll get a little bit more in depth as we move throughout the season. So no changes to my poll other than putting South Carolina State dead last, because I think that's what they should be based on their play. And other than that, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day, and we got our week 1 recap coming on Wednesday. So make sure you check that out and rock with us, man. We'll be here and we'll be doing our thing on Wednesday as we cover all the games that's coming at you this weekend. And I'll give all my predictions and scores at that point. SWAC Smoke live on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And also Saturday, like I said, still working out the time. We'll have a midday show Saturday live to talk about the games that are going on at that point and the games that are coming in that evening. And Sunday, we'll recap the action. So with that being said, I'm your tour guide around the SWAC Seawell signing out. I hope y'all enjoy y'all evening, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.